This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of November 21st, 2022, brought to you by That's Good HR. I'm Alex Brown. Governor Eric Holcomb helped break ground this morning on an $84 million microelectronics campus at Westgate at Crane Technology Park in Odin. Westgate 1 has already secured commitments from 4 semiconductor companies that plan to invest a total of $300 million in Indiana and create nearly 550 jobs.
The collaboration that will occur here is literally going to speak directly to both our economic and our national security, especially as we see the semiconductor sector grow throughout the state of Indiana. The direct impact of these 4 companies, when you add all that up, that direct impact is immense. And then when you think about Daviess County, when you think about Greene County, when you think about Knox County, when you think about this whole region, the indirect impact that it will have with talent moving here is immeasurable.
You can read more about the companies at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Valparaiso-based Energy Diagnostics has cut the ribbon on its expanded headquarters. While financial details of the project are not being disclosed, the company, which provides testing and energy analysis services for the residential construction industry, says the additional space will allow it to keep up with growing demand. Martha Hoover, who opened the first Cafe Patachou in 1989, today announced a new restaurant to be built near the Nickel Plate Arts and Entertainment District in Fishers next year. The move follows a rebranding for the parent company from Patachou Inc. to Won't Stop Hospitality Inc. Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand is made possible by the following.
With one call to That's Good HR, your hiring challenge is solved. It's that simple. That's Good HR is the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Have an HR, accounting, administrative, or customer service position to fill? Trust That's Good HR to make a match that's good for everyone, whether temp to hire, or a direct hire placement. For 22 years, That's Good HR has been handpicking employees and employers through a highly personal and authentic approach that delivers long-term results. Visit that'sgoodhr.com. Remember, the match matters.
Save the date for IBJ's CFO of the Year event, December 9th at 8 a.m. at the JW Marriott in downtown Indianapolis. Join us for breakfast and an awards presentation as we unveil this year's class of Indiana's top financial executives. Reserve your seat or secure a corporate table to show your support for this year's group of impressive honorees. Learn more and RSVP by December the 5th at ibj.com/events.
The Indiana Chamber of Commerce today released its list of priorities for the upcoming legislative session, and addressing the state's workforce challenges appears to be paramount. The Chamber's 2023 policy agenda includes several efforts to help attract and retain talent. Vice President of Education and Workforce Jason Beers said the Chamber hopes the legislature focuses on talent pool opportunities and challenges as Indiana battles in the national and global economy.
There are any number of rankings that Indiana looks really great in terms of business climate, whether it be regulatory environment, tax climate, cost of doing business. Where we continue, though, to fall short is in the education and skill level of our workforce. And increasingly, that's the area that is really a competitive disadvantage to Indiana. When companies are looking to relocate or expand to other states, they're increasingly looking, yes, at what's the tax package, what's the cost of doing business, but increasingly looking at what's the quality of the talent there, and what's the credentials that those individuals hold.
The Chamber says Indiana needs to tackle barriers to prosperity and invest in projects that will attract and retain workers, but the state must also do more to grow its own talent base. The Indiana General Assembly will convene in January for its biennial budget writing session. Indianapolis Colts owner and CEO Jim Irsay has donated $1 million to the Indianapolis Zoo, the team announced yesterday. The funding will support the construction of the new Indianapolis Colts Welcome Center Plaza, which is currently under construction. The plaza will be connected to the existing White River Gardens and house ticketing, restrooms, stroller rental, and other expanded amenities. The Welcome Center is slated to open on Memorial Day weekend next year. It's go time for holiday shopping, and inflation, rising interest rates, and an uncertain economy are all driving how much money people are going to let loose. According to the National Retail Federation, holiday retail sales are expected to grow by 6 to 8% over last year, but lower to middle income individuals are being more cautious about how they plan to spend. Indiana continues to expand its e-commerce presence, and Amazon is a big player in this space, including with its 100,000 square foot fulfillment center in Greenwood. Spokesman Andre Woodson talked about the facility on Inside Indiana Business Television.
This is a same-day fulfillment center, has hundreds of thousands of items that we can deliver to customers in 2 hours or less. It's really exciting to see the hustle and bustle behind this facility.
The NRF says e-commerce sales are expected to grow between 10 to 12% in this year's holiday season. This report is brought to you by That's Good HR, the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. More at that'sgoodhr.com. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.